Good evening, Mustang Nation. Hope you guys had a great Tuesday. We got another volleyball matchup here tonight on this Tuesday evening. It's the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs back at home here. They're hosting the Wahpeton Huskies. I'm Jackson Miller. Alongside joining me once again is Dan Wolf here up in the bleachers. Dan, first game that we've called in a couple of weeks since the Century football game. First sporting that we've called either volleyball or football. So yeah, it's gonna be back up here. Mustangs are back at home, and they're about to take on this senior-loaded Wahpeton squad.
Absolutely. The last time we saw the Mustangs in action, they were showing some grit and some determination against Red River and played a really good match. Came back against a tough Red River team. Went on the road right after that, lost over in Moorhead. And something we talked about a lot in that last broadcast, Jackson, is, this is a young team for Sheyenne, and you're going to have those kinds of growing pains as you're trying to figure out your rotations, getting some young players, some much-needed varsity experience, and that's something that we just haven't really had a lot of yet, and so they're working their way through that as they take on the Wahpeton Huskies tonight.
Well, Sheyenne did give Moorhead a run for their money.
Absolutely.
And they took them to 5 sets. They alternated between those 5 sets, and Moorhead just got the last laugh in that game. It was a very intense game. Sheyenne played well in the sets that they won. They won by 9 and 14, I believe, in those 2 sets that they won.
So going into tonight, Sheyenne currently is tied for second in the EDC standings. Fargo North at 6-1 is the first place team in the EDC, followed by South, Red River, and Sheyenne, and Shanley, all at 5-2. And this could be one of those goofy years, Jackson, where it's maybe not cut and dry who those top 4 or top maybe 3 teams are, and who's going after that last spot. This might be one of those open years where you could make a legitimate argument for 6 or 7 teams making a case for why they could qualify for the state tournament. Right now, Wahpeton at 0-7. You mentioned they were senior heavy, but a team that, probably is, as we've talked about with basketball, a school on the smaller side of the spectrum for Class A will really benefit from that move to a 3-class basketball system. Will probably be the same sort of situation in 2 years when there's a 3-class volleyball system.
Absolutely. I mean, it's got to be tough, especially with Sheyenne being the largest school in the state by population now with over 1,500 students.
Absolutely.
It's going to be tough for Wahpeton.
And you just, more kids, you have more athletes to choose from. You're probably going to have a larger percentage of, bigger girls, maybe stronger, that sort of stuff. And so Wahpeton's going to do what they can tonight. I would guess something that, they've maybe talked about in practice and that sort of stuff is the fact that, hey, look, this is a young Sheyenne squad. Yeah, they're pretty good. They went out to the East-West crossover and went undefeated. But they also dropped that match against South, and they lost to West Fargo. And so, I would think, just like in previous years, if you're a team that can hang around, if you can give yourself a chance, maybe steal one of those first 2 sets, and then maybe you have a chance. And so I'm sure Cheyenne's going to look to try and shut the door early tonight. But for Wahpeton, hang around as long as you can and maybe get the Mustangs to kind of question themselves a little bit, maybe make a few unforced errors. That was something that Coach Newton talked to us last time about, that trying to get rid of those unforced errors. And then you never know, you might have a chance.
Absolutely. Well said, Dan. We're going to direct our attention down to the PA for the starting lineups and the national anthem.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Hi, I'm Christian and I work at Marvin. My military background is the basis of who I am. I was looking for something to help me be the Marine who wasn't a Marine anymore. Belonging to Marvin feels like I'm part of something. I know that being with Marvin means I'm making a difference in every homeowner's life because of the windows, skylights, and doors that I'm helping to build. Come work with me at Marvin. I think you'll enjoy it.
And here.
I think our system and his system is having an issue. Let's make it very noisy. You guys are on though right now.
So Jackson probably bears mentioning here as there seems to be a little audio issue on the PA.
Yeah.
So for those of you listening at home, probably can't hear the normal sound coming out of the PA system here in the gym. It is homecoming week for the Mustangs this
Indeed.
week, so great to see a large contingent of students here in the fan section tonight, something that we don't always get to see when you're calling volleyball matches, so that's great to see, and we'll be on the air again on Friday night as the Mustangs take on the Red River Rough Riders for homecoming this year. Last Friday,
They're going to look to bounce back from that loss against Shanley.
Loss-
Shanley is, they're good.
it's impressive to watch the number of plays that they're able to get in, and they just get up and down the field and have a lot of good skill athletes, and really kind of gave Cheyenne some fits last week. Red River had their big Cushman Classic, the game against crosstown rival Grand Forks Central, and even though Red River had been ranked higher in the 2A rankings, Grand Forks Central got the better of them, so both teams looking to come off of a loss and try and get a win, but obviously an extra special night for Cheyenne as it will be homecoming on Friday.
Congrats to Barry Pinu and Emma Nelson for homecoming king and queen. Those are the winners, and they'll represent 2023.
And before the match, a couple of our Mustang media people who've been involved with the program before, Colby Walter and
Riley Raw.
were up here visiting before the match here. So that's always great to see. Of course, last year it was our very own
Jacob Fisher.
Fisher, who was homecoming king. So we're about ready to get underway here tonight as the Mustangs are going to face off against the Wahpeton Huskies.
We'll see how long Wahpeton can hang around. And we're underway. And that's going to be an ace to start for the Mustangs.
That was Isabella Detman there. You know, and the danger always is, Jackson, when you're a team that's, with the record that Wahpeton has and you know you're facing an uphill battle, the absolute worst thing that can happen is, you do not want to get off to that slow start if at all possible. So you got to kind of weather these first, 5, 8 points and feel like you're in it and have a chance. You certainly don't want to go down 6-0 or something like that right away, as that one's going to be blocked out of bounds. So a quick 2-0 lead for Sheyenne here to start set number 1.
Great dig. Oh.
Good serve and a great dig there.
There you go. Yeah. Engel couldn't catch up to that. 2-1 now.
I think that was Ashwin Kaler from Wahpeton on that one. Too much to handle for the Mustangs.
Another point to the Huskies.
And it'll be a carry on that one.
Yep.
Nice serve.
There's an ace there for the Huskies this time.
Hattie Rugland on the ace there.
To the outside, this is Smith, and Smith gets the kill. Alexa Kaloran serving now for the Mustangs. To Saxland. Great touch.
Finds the soft zone in the defense there.
Engel to Kaloran, and Smith will get it over. That one's hidden in the net, 4-4. So Wahpeton hanging around here in these first 8 points here.
I think that's a good sign if you're Wahpeton. You're hanging around, keeping it close. Haven't been, overpowered by Sheyenne yet. Saxland's going to hit that one long, and a 5-4 lead for the Huskies early on. Again, as we said, Jackson, you can, if you're able, hang around as long as possible, as that's going to be hit into the net there. And we have Cora Metcalf entering for the Mustangs. Easily the tallest player on the floor here tonight. 6'3". Right up the line.
Oh, paints the corner. Huskies up 6-5. Saxon, oh my goodness, showing some authority.
Perfect set on that one. Saxon catches it at the peak of her jump as she's moving towards the net and drops the hammer on that. No chance for any Huskies on that one.
It'll be exciting to see where she's at within the next few years.
Yeah.
Saxon's only a freshman, for those that don't know.
Bedeau on to serve for Cheyenne.
Saxon with the left-handed
Great
touch there.
job, good touch. Recognizing that pass was too close into the net. Just tipping it over, finding that area just behind the blockers and in front of that back line, and no one from Wahpeton's able to handle it. 7-6 now for the Mustangs.
To Saxon once again. Huskies can't catch up with it, and it's going to be 8-6 now. 3 straight for the Mustangs. Boudreau serving.
Another ace.
He's only touched twice, so yes, that will go down as an ace.
And we've kind of seen, in that last match we did here, Jackson, against Red River, Boudreau kind of came on at the end, kind of like Brooke Johnson last year in terms of trying to finish out the set with the serve, and it's kind of quickly finding a spot to be that go-to person when you need to rack up some points off the serve.
Right to Kaloran on the return.
Blado right up the middle. Wahpeton handles it. Good save there.
And Smith will get it over.
Another one long. So this is that kind of that danger area. If you're Wahpeton, you kind of, you hung in there for those first 8 points like we talked about, but Cheyenne opening up an 11-6 lead. You kind of, as a coach, you got to figure out how long do we let this go on. If we can't get some momentum back in the next point or two, you almost have to burn a timeout to just kind of get your kids settled down and set up with what they need.
The last 6 have gone to the Mustangs.
And there's
Blocked.
7.
There's Blado and Metcalf.
So we see King Barry Penu down there with his crown on.
Good hustle.
Almost.
Oh, couldn't quite pull it off. Great effort. And that breaks a 7-point streak from the Mustangs. 12-7. To Saxlin. Wow.
Rises up.
She's just got some insane velocity on those hits.
She does, and there's not a lot to her, but she gets wound up. She absolutely brings the heat, and that's hard for any team to deal with. She's going to serve that one into the net. Give it back to Wahpeton for the serve. With Cheyenne leading 13-8 here in the middle of the first set.
That one's in the net. 2 straight serves into the net.
I guess if you're Cheyenne, you're okay with that back and forth with a 6-point lead, but probably not, either coach not super thrilled with that. At least force your opponent to do something with that serve. And that's a great job by taking the back line.
Yeah, Angle with an ace.
Wahpeton players both thought that was going to go long and just inside. Nice and deep. Exactly how you're going to want to serve that.
To Kaloran. There he is. Clean play, and Kaloran finishes it off with the kill of her own. 16-8 now.
Cheyenne having success early on going to those outside hitters.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna
mean,
be
a net violation
I'm
on
gonna say, I
Blado.
think Blado in the net on that one.
Kaloran will get a kill again.
Once again,
A lot of deflections up in the front there.
there are, but just too much for the Huskies to handle at this point. And their tallest player, they do have a 6-footer and someone 5'10", but nobody taller than 5'8", and that's a big ask for some of those girls to be a blocker at the net and giving up so much height.
The thing with the Mustangs that we've seen in recent years is they've had that across the board, not just one or two players. They've had multiple players that are around that 6-foot range.
Handled well by the Mustangs.
This year the Mustangs are a little smaller, but they have proved themselves. They still got some decent height up front there. Angle with the great
Job
dig.
by Angle on that. Ball just gets hung up on the net there for Smith. Bounces back, so 17-10 now for Sheyenne here in set number 1. And that one's will sail along, yep. Smith going for that cross-court kill. Unable to find the range.
Another one from the Huskies up front there.
Good court awareness by the Huskies there, seeing that ball gonna go too long for a decent set. Quick tap and down, and there's 3 in a row for Wahpeton as the Huskies rack up a few quick points. Trying to hang around, stay within striking distance here.
To Albrecht in the middle.
There it is.
Easy kill.
Again, as we've seen Sheyenne, if they're able to handle that spike, that first hard hit ball by Sheyenne or by Wahpeton, if they're able to get into their offense and get a good set, Wahpeton really hasn't had much of an answer for that, but they haven't been able to do that. Great job.
They answered back with a kill of their own with a lot of authority on that one. 18-14, 4 of the last 5 have gone to Wahpeton.
Oh,
An ace, miscommunication. Little ace chant there from the Wahpeton squad.
Angle and Cloran kind of looking at each other. Each that one thought the other had it.
Really, all the Huskies points have come from a lot of errors from Sheyenne. And Saxelin with the kill. To Albrecht again in the middle.
It's worked twice
Easy.
now.
Yeah, that is just, like you said, Darren, if Sheyenne gets into their offense, the Huskies are having a hard time catching up with that, and they're going to take a timeout. Dominique Richels is going to take a timeout. The Mustangs lead 20-15 here in the first set. We'll be right back.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
At Touchmark, we really take an input from both the community, our residents, and also our team members.
And there's something for everybody. It runs the gamut. You have the freedom to participate or not, as you choose.
I personally like to play bridge. I like their book club, all the concerts.
20-15 coming out of the timeout. Too strong, just outside.
Oh, yep, just long. Boy, that was close to that back line.
First set going by very quickly. Another ace there.
Smith. Abby Smith hoping for a chance to serve out the match here. 22-15. Or I should say serve out the set, not the match.
Deflected up front. Saxelin on the outside recovers. That's still gonna, the Mustangs gonna get away with it. 23-15, 2 points away from already closing out set number one. We're not even 20 minutes into the match. Easily the fastest first set we've called this year.
Yep.
A lot of the games that the Mustangs have been in this year have been pretty long, actually.
Yeah, they have been, as Metcalf's going to get that one going cross court, and that's going to bring us to set point here for the Mustangs and Abby Smith. Chance to close this one out early, and we saw a lot of these last year, Jackson, with Cheyenne winning the EDC tournament and the #1 seed in the EDC tournament and the state championship. Just a very veteran team, a really strong team. As Metcalf's going to miss wide on that. Dug out well by Smith.
And Saxelin
finished off.
Yeah, Saxelin finishes it off. And the Mustangs take set number one, 25-16. And that is going to do it for a quick, fast first set. 20 minutes on the dot. And we're going to be right back after the intermission here. Mustangs up 1-0 in sets after winning 25-16.
Hi, I'm Joni and I work at Marvin. So when I first started, my training was very extensive. I was able to advance fairly quickly within Marvin, and it's just a matter of telling people that you're interested and really applying yourself. Belonging to Marvin feels like you're part of something, though it's more than just a job. For me, it's a career, and it's been a really exciting journey for me.
I chose a career in manufacturing because I wanted to come into work and not be at a desk all day. So with my role, I get to be out on the floor and working with other people, and then come back to my desk and try and solve some of the problems that they're facing.
When people look at a manufacturing plant, they mostly just see line work. But there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that allows you to explore different kinds of network interfaces or problem-solving situations. There's machines and computers and human interface devices that are constantly being innovated into a manufacturing workplace.
The best days at work are when you get to solve the problem, or when you finally get that aha moment and you know, okay, like this is gonna be it, like this is what we've been thinking about, this is what we've been hoping for.
Knowing that I'm a part of building something very unique and important, that just makes me very proud.
are back. Set number 2 about to get underway here in less than 20 seconds. Mustangs took set number 1, 25-16 over the Huskies. And boy, that was a very quick first set that we saw. We'll see if the Mustangs can continue to score that quickly. Wahpeton hung in there for the first 10 points or so. They were up 6-5 at one point, and then the Mustangs kind of went on their run, and the Huskies could never really get their own in it.
As you mentioned, Jackson, it was kind of those unforced errors early on that really kind of were holding Sheyenne up, and as they kind of cleaned things up as the set went along, they kicked it into high gear, and that was the end of it. As they take that first one by 9, we'll see how set number 2 goes here. As Wahpeton will start us off with the serving. I got to be honest, my eyes are old and bad here, but the black unis with the gold outline on the uniforms for Wahpeton makes it hard to see a ton of numbers for me. But I do believe starting the serving there for Wahpeton was Addie Rugland once again, but Cheyenne's going to get that point, and it's going to go back to, is that Smith or Kaloran? It's Kaloran, I think.
Saxon's hit is blocked. She'll get another go at it, and she'll the Huskies wide off the basketball hoop. Albrecht, nice.
Great touch by Albrecht. Realizing that she had mistimed the jump for the set, but able to get a piece of it just over those blockers at the net, and drops harmlessly into the court. 2-0 for Sheyenne early on here. Nicely done by Smith there.
Engel gets it over the net after the block.
Great reaction time there. She keeps that one alive. Then Kaloran.
Oh, wow. Mustangs showing their effort there. It's a 4-0
maybe the longest rally of the match so far that we saw there. But ends up as another Mustang point as they are now up 4-0.
Albrecht.
Yep. Nope, they're in the call a net violation there, I think. But it was set up very well.
Anytime Albrecht gets a chance to hit it down on the Huskies like that, they're in trouble. It was a great set. They're going to go to Saxon now. It's blocked by the Huskies.
Good read on that one. Engel tried to dig that out, unable to do so. Good serve.
It's going to be an ace. 4-3.
Very nice serve by the Huskies on that one. Good job by Abby Smith there. So similar to set number 1, Jackson, at least early going. Wahpeton hanging around a little bit, trying to make a game of it.
Seen a lot of quick points tonight, not a lot of super long rallies.
No.
And that's going to be out. Too strong to the left, and 6-3.
Yeah, against Red River, we saw some super long rallies, some excellent effort on both sides of the net, both teams, but you're absolutely right. These have been quick points. 1 or 2 times over the net, and it's done. And there's That one missed time by the Huskies. Sorry, there's an old-time reference there. 7-3 now. Too much to handle once again.
Oh, just barely got over the net. It's Smith.
I think Wahpeton, but the Huskies kind of relaxed. They saw it catch what seemed like so much of the net that they thought there was no way it could climb over, and then it did, and falls to the floor for another ace. That was a good job.
Albrecht with the kill there on the right side.
Not a ton of power on that one, but just it was all about placement, putting it in a very difficult spot for Wahpeton to try and get to.
And Detman back to serve. Saxland.
Oh, great effort.
Oh. Addison Gurden, the libero for the Huskies.
And it pays off. As Blado's going to hit that one long. Point for Wahpeton. Down 10-5, but a chance to dig in a little bit to this Mustang lead.
Or excuse me, that was actually Tatum Schroeder.
And there's another net violation, I believe.
Yeah. She's the libero for the Huskies tonight. But boy, what a play there.
That was great.
That was just a
fantastic effort, laying out for that, saving it, keeping it alive.
One arm, too.
And Blado's going to hit that one into the net. So 10-7 now. And that's going to be deemed out.
Wide left.
Just misses the line.
Wahpeton right back in it, 10-8.
Yeah, 3 straight here for Wahpeton. So the Huskies hoping to make a set of this one and give themselves a chance as it nears the end. Good touch there by Saxland, but Wahpeton keeps it alive.
Great dig. Just got over the net. Saxland too strong. 10-9.
And I think Coach Newton's going to get a timeout on that, as Sheyenne does not seem to be able to get into their offense and get any rhythm or flow going here as they were earlier in set number 1.
But boy, you know, it seems like a lot of the points of the Huskies are getting by some errors at the beginnings.
Again, that was that concern that Coach Newton had, just kind of those unforced errors, not handling things, maybe not communicating properly on the floor the way that they would like to be doing. And so I think just kind of reaffirming that. And again, we saw so often last year with such a team with such great leadership, everyone seemed to know where the other was going to be at all times, and you didn't have these kind of breakdowns. But with a young group of players, they probably played a lot together as JV, but it's a little different feel. As we've talked about on several occasions in basketball, the game starts to move a little faster. You got to react a little quicker to things, and I'm sure it's the same with volleyball. And you know, that's something that Sheyenne that unevenness. You go through stretches and you think, oh man, we've got it figured out. All right, this team is good. And then all of a sudden you go through these lapses where it's not taking place the way you need to. And, you know, credit to Wahpeton taking advantage of this as they run off 4 straight, a chance to tie here.
Yeah, and that's not to say that all of Wahpeton's points have come off of unforced Mustangers. They've had some plays where they showed, a lot of promise, and they got, they were clean kills.
Great job by Saxon there. Cross court, clips the line, ends the Husky run, and we're going to see if Sheyenne can go on a run of their own here.
Blocked at the net. That's Kaloran and
Blado up there. Kind of left the Husky attacker there, the outside hitter in no man's land. Really couldn't get a lot on even a touch type of shot, and pretty easy put down for Kaloran and Blado there. Oh, great effort there by Abby Smith. Gets a hand on it, tries to dig it out, but unable to. So 12-10 now. And Blado up the middle.
14-10.
As Engel continues to serve here for the Mustangs. Tries to catch the Mustangs sleeping on that one.
Lauren with the kill on the right side.
Well, obviously through this match, Jackson, it appears, the majority of kills, especially in the outside, have been either from Kaloran or Saxland, and, Kaloran only being a junior, Saxland just a freshman. That's going to bode well for the Mustangs in future years. There's a lot of athletic talent there in this young team.
Mustangs have also gotten some kills from Albrecht in the middle.
Yep.
One of the 3 seniors on this Mustang squad for the 2023 season.
Good effort by Wahpeton there, keeping that alive, extending the rally.
To Kaloran again. She gets another one.
Yep.
That's 5 straight from the Mustangs. 17-10 here in set number 2.
Great reaction by Engel.
Laying it out on the floor, and it pays off. That's what Engel is known for, getting those athletic digs.
Not afraid to sacrifice the body there and go
Absolutely.
after all of those.
Blocked up front by Blado and Kaloran. Similar situation to the last set. The Huskies hung around, and then the Mustangs are going on the run here at
Just
midway
kind of start
point.
pulling away.
Once it gets to the halfway mark.
Good touch.
That was a good play.
Finding the soft zone of the Mustang defense. Wahpeton with a chance to serve and maybe cut the deficit a little bit. Down 19-11 here in set number 2.
To Kaloran in the middle now. That's going to just paint the line.
Here comes Badeau and Albrecht. Well, net violation there. Good touch.
That set was kind of on the border there on the net of the net.
Yeah, Albrecht, good job of just tipping it down. I think the first time we're going to see Ellie Lopez here tonight.
Saxlin, oh my goodness, another one from the outside. 22-12.
I think that's, as Cheyenne's closing in on wrapping up set number 2, this is one of those nights where, as a coach, you have a little bit of freedom to decide, do I stick with this normal rotation, or, here's an opportunity to get some players some experience in a varsity match.
And Lopez with an ace.
And you have to kind of make that call as a coach, as with a young team that's kind of inexperienced, and really the meat of the EDC schedule is there's a second in a row.
2 aces in a row from Lopez.
Do you kind of say, hey, these kids need some more time together, some more reps, some more action, or do you say, hey, we got to get some kids some varsity experience, because again, we know from illness or injury or a variety of things, you never know who you may have to count on at the end of a season. Good dig. Oh,
no one went after it.
Yeah, great dig by Badeau, and then everyone else kind of just stood and watched. No one tried to keep that alive. Yeah,
violation. There's a lift, actually.
A lift.
They're going to go to the right side. Wahpeton keeping it alive. And go with the pass. Here's the set. Elbrecht finishes it off, and the Mustangs take set number 2 as well. This time 25-14. 2 quick 20-minute sets that we've seen so far, and the Mustangs are up 2-0, and they're going to look to get 25 more and close it out with a sweep. We'll take a short break and be right back for set number 3 to see if the Mustangs can complete the sweep here against the Huskies.
Hi, I'm Nick, and I work at Marvin. So my team implements technology in manufacturing, so I quickly became really impressed with manufacturing as a setting for engineering. For an engineer, it's kind of a playground. Here at Marvin, specifically in the signature group like we are in Grafton, it is high volume, high option, meaning you have to make a lot of product, but it's always different. I never expected finding a great job like this kind of out here in a small town. Come work at Marvin. It's a great place to work.
So we're introducing the homecoming court here before set number 3 gets kicked off. And there are your 2023 winners, Barry Pendu and Emma Nelson. You know, they're just carrying on the legacy. We saw Barika, Dan, and now we saw Lesga, and now we Barry.
How about that? A family tradition. So I suppose if you're Coach Rickles here and talking to your squad down 2 matches or 2 sets to none, you want to make sure it's not creeping into the back of any of your players' minds that, hey, if this one ends early, we can be home at an early hour. You want to make sure that they're going to be willing to fight and work as hard as they can throughout the rest of the match. If you're Cheyenne, you want to get this done, hopefully as quickly as possible. Get out of here with no injuries, anything like that, and just be able to move on. Chalk up another win, keep pace in the EDC as you're looking ahead towards a matchup that'll be coming with North that second time around with, West Fargo. You have Davies to play, Shanley, some of these other top teams in the EDC.
We're 1 minute away from getting set number 3 underway. Mustangs took set number 1, 25-16, and then set number 2, 25-14.
So as we talk about that, Jackson, Cheyenne has a huge match coming up on Thursdays. They visit Fargo North for a 2-point match.
That's huge. Fargo North is the top team this year.
North is 6-1, Cheyenne 5-2 entering tonight's action, and only getting that one opportunity to see Fargo North. That's going to be hugely important for Cheyenne that night to see if they can escape with a crucial 2-point victory against Fargo North. We'll try and look around the EDC here for a little bit of scoring update. So got to rely on the fans to be saving some of this information, and not much out there tonight. We know that Shanley leads Fargo South, 2 other 5-2 teams, 1 set to 0. But that's the only one that's been updated around the EDC, so sorry we can't provide more information. As Badeau's going to start things off.
Into the net on the first serve.
Not the start you're hoping for, but it is early in the set. Nice job by Wahpeton.
Just paints the back line, 2-0. Smith with the kill from the outside. And the Mustangs are on the board here in set number 3.
Goes cross court with that one. Chance for Kaloran to get Cheyenne tied up with the Huskies. Good touch.
Saxland.
By Peyton Saxland on that one. That looked to be after that initial dig, a shot that the Huskies would have tried to get to in earlier sets. Again, as we mentioned, if you're Coach Rickles, you want to make sure that your team, you're down 2-0. You want to make sure that they have some fight to them, some grit, and that they're, you don't know how these matches, especially as it gets closer to EDC tournament time, how things are going to play out. And you've got to know that you feel like you have a team that's going to be willing to fight all the way until the end. Oh. Cloran thought she had it, and Badeau got a hand on it. And point to the Huskies as they trail 4-3 here in set number 3, down 2-0.
Saxland with another one. She definitely leads the Mustangs in kills tonight. Metcalf coming in. And Smith back to serve. It's going to be an ace for Abby Smith. 6-3.
It's got to be intimidating for the Huskies to see a 6-foot middle hitter and a 6'3" outside hitter at the net there in front of you. And then also knowing all the damage that Peyton Saxland has done so far tonight. Too hot to handle for Caloran. So Wahpeton with an opportunity here. Similar to how the first 2 sets started out, Jackson, they've hung around early in sets, trying to see if they can find a way to stay with it a little bit longer.
Yeah, then the Mustangs have pulled away at right around the halfway point.
Yep.
That's both of those past 2 sets that we've seen.
And there's a little miscommunication there from the Huskies. A couple players thinking the other was going to take that shot. And another new face for the Mustangs. That's Michaela Amundsen, 5'6" freshman on. She's going to serve that one into the net. So 3 freshmen on the varsity squad this year. For the Mustangs, 2 of them have seen some action tonight.
Four straight from the Huskies. 7-7.
I'm sorry, all 3 freshmen now on the floor together. Riley Bryant, number 25, on the floor as well. That's going to be a net touch on that. And so Wahpeton up 8-7 here. Coach Newton content to let them try and work their way through their issues at this point.
It has to do a lot with communication right now for the Mustangs.
A lot to do with communication and just probably a lot of players that haven't spent a lot of time on the floor with one another and don't know what spots people are going to be in and who's responsible for what. And now Coach Newton's going to say, well, maybe we want to talk about this a little bit.
That's going to be 6 straight for the Huskies. We'll be right back. Huskies lead 9-7 here in set number 3.
Hi, I'm TJ Yoshi here at Marvin headquarters in Warroad, Minnesota. The Lake Town way of life is appealing to so many people.
We've got a thriving school system, coffee shops, breweries, restaurants, and hockey is the hub of our community. We're probably the last place left in Minnesota where hockey's actually free.
The way Marvin supports the town supports Marvin is awesome.
There's opportunities for you, work hard, self-educate. The sky's the limit here at Marvin.
We are back from after the timeout. 9-7. Mustangs hoping to clean up some communication errors here in set number 3 and get out of here with a sweep.
Good
Smart
job,
play.
yep. Really nicely done by Wahpeton, finding the open area on the floor. Little tap kill there as Engel returns for the Mustangs. Probably one of the smaller lineups we've seen on the floor for the Mustangs this year. Oh! There's a big drop by Riley Bryant, the freshman, 5'10".
She got up on that too.
Nice serve there by Eddie Kill. So Coach Newton opting to get some people some experience tonight. Good time to do it. You're hanging around in this
You're up
set.
2-0.
You're up 2-0. Here's a good chance to let some of these young kids see if they can figure it out, see if they can get some experience that helps them.
Ten apiece now.
So you've got some sophomores, some freshmen on the floor. Smart job by Mikhail Amundsen letting that one go. Good ace by Abby Kill. Little drop ball just right over the net. Wahpeton unable to dig that one out. Now down, or Mustangs up 12-10. Wahpeton down by 2.
Just clips the net. Kaloran on the outside.
Good job. Nicely done by Wahpeton there. Try and stop that momentum that Cheyenne was developing. I think Nicole Amundsen getting into the net there. A little too close as she was setting that one up for Kaloran.
The quick points continue to add up here from both sides tonight. Not a lot of long rallies. Amundsen sets to Kaloran. Deflected up front by Metcalf and Bryan. Here's Kaloran again, and she'll get the kill. Engel coming in from Metcalf.
And Engel to serve with the Mustangs up 13-12 here in set number 3.
Great kill there from Smith. It's going to be an ace. 15-12. Good ace from Engel.
So it's been right at about this spot of the previous 2 sets, Jackson, where Wahpeton just kind of loses sight of Cheyenne and kind of falls out of that range of being able to strike back. That one's going to go wide. We'll see if Coach Rickles going to take a timeout on this or see if her team can kind of figure things out. At 16-12, this is kind of getting that danger point, I think.
McLaurin will get another go at it. Huskies return it. Engel, great play. Smith will get it over. A lot of one-arm digs that we've seen out of Mia Engel. Sacrificing the body. That's going to be another point to the Mustangs. And the trend continues. We've seen the Huskies hang around here, then right around the midway point of each set we've seen so far. The Mustangs start to pull away.
Wahpeton hangs in there till about, they get to about 10 points, and then it just kind of slips away from them.
Good hustle. Engel will get the third hit over.
Wahpeton finally gets one back. They have a chance now, down only 4. See if they can hang in this third set a little bit longer. As again, we see a very young squad for the Mustangs out there.
McLaurin was opting to go deep, and it paid off for her.
We have Albrecht and Badeau coming in. Badeau to serve. Up 5, 18-13. Smith's going to hit that one into the net.
McLaurin with another kill on the right side. And Saxton coming in now for kill. (19-16). Boy, quite the quiet evening we've had.
It really is.
It just seems like it's been going by so fast. There's not much to
not much to talk about. I thought having that large student section, it might be kind of rowdy tonight, and
seems like this game's just kind of going through the motions.
Yeah,
this is one of those games. It's important. When you have one of these games like that, and you're the team that has the upper hand, you can't lose focus. You got to take every game seriously.
Probably hard for both teams on the floor without a lot of energy in the gym.
But boy, that match for Sheyenne against Fargo North should be exciting. That's a chance to make a statement there in the standings.
Yeah, it is. And, North in first place right now in the EDC. Still obviously a long way to go in this EDC volleyball season. But, when you're playing another top team and it's a 2-point match, you're going to see them that one time, and it's at your opponent's gym. That means you got to have everybody sharp. You got to have eliminate unforced errors and be able, Wahpeton maybe keeps that alive. But see if you're able to make things happen there. Be great for Sheyenne to sneak out of that with a victory on that one, as they now lead 21-7. Or 17, sorry. And Amundsen back on the floor to serve. Maybe to serve out the set and the match.
Great dig. Oh, smart play. The Huskies recover. And in the net, Mustangs 3 points away now from getting the sweep. It'll be the first of the season for the games that go to 5 sets at least, not including the crossover.
Yeah. And Wahpeton's going to take a quick timeout here as they see the chance for their closest set thus far kind of slipping away from them.
Most points they've scored too is 17 points. They scored 16 in the first, 14 in the last set. Now they got 17. But man, we've just seen, it's been that trend tonight where the Mustangs, they pull away right when it's like 12-12 or something like that. The Mustangs pull away, they go on like a 7-point run. And the Huskies have not been able to recover.
Well, Huskies, they're not built to score points in bunches, it hasn't appeared. They just don't match up well with Sheyenne, giving up so much in size, especially at the net. It's really hard when you fall behind by 4 or 5 points to get back into a match. What we've seen is the best they've been able to do is kind of trade points back and forth with Sheyenne as the match or as the set progresses. So they're going to have to see if they can find something here, as Amundsen's again going to try and get the Mustangs the set and the match victory here tonight. Poor Metcalf, a floater, but it finds the open area just in behind the back line, and now 23-17.
Oh, and Metcalf. That was like back and forth, and Metcalf it was perfect placement for her, and the Mustangs are match point here.
Poor Metcalf says, just get it over the net, get it started. I'll take everything from there. 1 point to go.
Amundsen looking to finish it off. That's into the net, and that's going to do it. That's ball game. The Mustangs get the sweep tonight here over the Wahpeton Huskies as they take set number 3, 25-17. And the Mustangs, that's a key win that they need to hopefully jumpstart some momentum again going into some important matches.
Well, absolutely. I think it's a match that Sheyenne, at least on paper, feels like they should win. And they take care of it in a 3-0 sweep. That's the way you want to do it. Probably still not as clean as what Coach Newton is looking for, but also, again, with a younger team, can't really expect too much to come too quickly with that. Knowing that you have Fargo North in just 2 days, you got to try and maintain that sharpness, that edge, and get yourself up for that big 2-point match on Thursday. For Wahpeton, disappointing. They're going to drop to 0-8 in the EDC. But again, undersized as compared to most teams in the East. It's a long uphill climb when you give up that kind of size at the net, that's for sure.
Absolutely, and hopefully the Mustangs, as the season goes on, can clean up some of those communication errors, because you can't have that when it comes to tournament time.
No, and you play, some of those other top-tier teams like Fargo North on Thursday. You're not going to get away with that against, some of the lower teams in the conference. You can kind of play sloppy in stretches and still be okay. But, it makes your task really tough if you do that against those top teams. And so, yeah, you're right, Jackson. It's going to be something that Cheyenne's going to look to try and emphasize, I'm sure, going into that match at North on Thursday night.
Absolutely. It's going to be an exciting season for Cheyenne. It's going to be interesting to see what they do on from here on out because they've already established themselves as another. They have a great squad again this year.
They do, and you know, if you're a Mustang fan, maybe it's a little more nerve-wracking than last year and having such a senior-heavy team and one of the top teams in the state all year long. You knew that. But if you're a sports fan, if you're a volleyball fan, it's exciting to see 6, 7 teams all kind of bunched at the top of the conference. So you know each of those matches between those teams is going to take on added importance as the season goes on. And if you're just a sports fan, that's what you like to see. You know, teams and fans are going to be amped up for those matches and giving everything they have to try and win.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's match. That was easy. The fastest volleyball game we called, just a little over an hour it lasted. Mustangs get the sweep, 25-16, 25-14, 25-17 over the Huskies here tonight. Make sure you guys check out our social media pages. The links to those social media pages on Instagram, Twitter /X, that's what they call it now, and Facebook. All the links to our social media pages are in the description below here on our YouTube streams, and also make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell so you can get notifications on when we go live. And that's going to do it for this evening. I'm Jackson Miller.
I'm Dan Wolf.
Mustang Nation. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.